A crazy woman yelled at my husband and called him names because she wanted the handicap space I had parked in. Yesterday, my husband had an appointment, and afterwards, I needed to stop by Target for something. I didn't want to have to waste time/gas going home, and then going to Target when I have to drive right by it to get home, so I took my husband with me. He didn't want to go in, so I left him in the car. I parked in a handicap space, hung my tag, and went inside. When I came back out, there was a woman standing next to my car, and my husband had his door open talking to her. I walked up and asked him if he was okay/what was going on. He told me this woman had came up and started yelling at him because he was sitting in the car. He said she had told him that he had to move the car because it was parked illegally and she wanted the space. He explained to her that even if what she claimed were true, he physically could not move the car, so she would just have to wait until I came back out. No big deal. Then the woman started screaming at me about breaking the law by parking in a handicap space. I informed her I was not breaking the law and had parked 100% legally. She went on this rant about how it's illegal to use a handicap space if the person the tag belongs to doesn't go in the store. I told her that wasn't what I did. I used my own tag to park there. She then said my husband should have moved the car when she asked for the space. I told her that one, he was under no obligation to move the car just because she wanted to park there, and two, even if he was, he cannot physically do so due to his inability to walk and lack of a right leg. She then said she didn't care about his worthless crippled ass. At this point, I told her to F off and got in my car to leave. She started screaming at me about how she had already called the cops and was going to have my car towed for parking illegally. I ignored her and drove off with her screaming about how I was leaving the scene of the crime. When we got home, my husband apologized to me for causing me problems. I told him it wasn't his fault, that there are idiots like that woman who think they are more important than everyone else, and that I hope she really did call the cops so that she could get in trouble for making a false report and get told by the cops that she was in the wrong. Other than that, I really don't care one bit if she called them or not. Even if I had been parked illegally, they didn't see that, so there is nothing they would be able to do about it, and I can prove I wasn't parked illegally, so it really doesn't matter. Besides that, the only time the cops here will do anything about parking in a handicap spot illegally is if the owner of the parking lot, in this case Target, calls and asks for the car to be towed. It's just annoying having to put up with Karens like that and knowing my husband feels responsible for her idiot actions.